Baby. So, I'm just thinking, I spoke to you maybe a month ago and you're beginning to do the testing. You wanted to make sure, basically have a few trial runs. How happy are you with it now?
Oh, we're very happy, Paul. We're at this stage now, we've actually all the pilots done, website up and running, we can do online booking. That was all only happened this week. So we're ready to rock it out as in from next week. So we're doing basically 3 options. We're doing antibody testing for COVID-19. Where a person who thinks they may have had it but never got tested can actually come in and have a blood sample taken from their arm, and we can test to see if they have any antibodies to COVID-19. That's one. Our second option is we're doing live virus testing. So you might have heard some negative publicity on the news regarding some of the big hospitals in Dublin insisting that patients who are having procedures done need to be tested, PCR tested for virus before they have the procedure done, and they're charging exorbitant amounts to actually do it. So we're offering the same service from several different venues. So the patient who's having the operation can come in and actually have the swab test with us. We turn the result around in 24 hours and we can tell them whether they have the virus or not, and provide a certificate to say they're free of the virus to go and have their operation in whichever hospital they're destined to go to. And the third option we have, but it's not taking place in our dental surgeries, it's the live virus testing for patients who are sick. Sick people are not allowed into our practice, but we can still provide the swabbing service for them, and they can drive to our centre and we can swab them there, and we can do the COVID test for them with result in 24 hours.
Well, it's the kind of phrase, testing times, and there's certainly a lot of uncertainty out there, and that was part of the reason that you and another dentist kind of got together, and this is early on, and decided you could try and do something on the front line, try and be involved, not just waiting for others to do, this.
Well, we're all trying to save our businesses, Paul. Everybody has been affected by this. Initially myself and another dentist did it to try and keep our own businesses open, and how could we keep it safe for our patients to come in, how could we safe for our staff and for ourselves and our families to be able to carry on treatments. Things have progressed a lot since then. We've probably had a much bigger idea since then, and that was to help other businesses to stay open as well. And there's another angle that we can take with this as well, and that is to help other businesses stay open, to screen their staff, possibly on a weekly basis as we head into the second wave, that we'd be able to provide pool testing, and that would be a cost-effective way of screening their staff. So you would, for example, take 5 swabs from either a family or maybe a small business, and you put them in groups of 5, put all that 5 swabs together and do one test. That's not suitable for people who are sick, but it is suitable for screening purposes, and you can reduce the cost considerably for a business who wants to do some constant screening. And I think going forward into the winter, that's going to be the only way we can keep our businesses open, and that's what we're trying to do, is help people stay in business. We have to work with this virus because it's going to be around for a while.
Now, I know you said early on that you noticed that there was a lot of sort of bad press around a lot of the testing, that you were determined to find basically as good a test as you could. This has got, it's 100%, I think it's on, well, it's 99.8 and specificity
and
is
98.7% specific.
Right.
That's for the antibody test.
So that's a big, that's a good result.
It's as they say, it's the best player in the market.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's the name of this guy?
It's Quotient. So Mosaic by Quotient is the Swiss company. That's the test we're using. We use a laboratory in the UK to process it, so all blood samples go to the UK. We use the same laboratory for our PCR testing, and actually that laboratory in the UK is actually sampling at the moment saliva testing for us, to see if we can actually do samples of saliva and test for live virus in that, because again, that's going to be much easier for Joe Soap to have done. It's not as invasive as a standard PCR test. Can be done very, very easily, and again, we can give the option of pool testing for businesses to roll that out as well.
Well, there is a feeling that a second wave could easily happen, certainly given the fact that we're trying to open the country up, and there's been a slight step back because of that fear. I don't know if you would have a particular kind of optimism or pessimism, or how you feel.
Well, I'm optimistic, certainly for my own business now, because we're, I suppose, future-proofed to an extent, because from next week we're going to be testing our own staff. We're going to be doing the pool testing ourselves. So as far as I'm concerned, we will be testing regularly. We've done everything we can in our own surgery to keep the place safe, so our patients are not going to run into any dental difficulty during the second wave. But we want to help other businesses to do the same. We want people to stay in business. We all have to help one another really to survive this. Nobody is unaffected, and particularly it's not just businesses in Greystones. We can provide this service countrywide. We've got numerous people carrying out this testing for us from numerous different venues. So we can go into a company to do it. We can actually they can come into different practices to do it depending on their location.
Now it is of course open to everybody. So if an individual just feels, I'd like to know if I've had it, and I want to know if I have the antibody, and so that's. And
I say again, helping individuals. Say for example, they say they need to have a procedure done in a hospital. Also, you may find in time that we can actually help them if they've been abroad and they come in and they want to be tested because they have been abroad and they want to make sure that it's safe to go back to their families. Then we can actually test them for that too.
So it seems that we are at a point where people are certainly ready for this. They want to know.
The demand is there. The demand is there. People are talking. People have asked for it. People ringing every day. They've heard on the grapevine that this is what we're doing. When are we rolling it out? When can we have it done? So I'm kind of now going public and saying we're ready.
I'm talking about a 10-mile radius or more. Is there anybody else doing this?
No.
But are there others doing it though?
Under our company. So our company is called Safe Test.
Okay.
So under our umbrella, we have several different venues. We can provide this. So if somebody says to us, we want you to be able to do it in Cork, then we have a dental practice in Cork who would work under our umbrella and provide the same service.
But just in this area, for example, now, would you be the one, or are there others?
I'd be the one. Yeah, I'd be the one. I'd be the one in the Wicklow area.
Well, the final question is that I know Kathy Kelly was in, and did she fake her COVID? Kira Kelly. What did I say, Kathy Kelly? I'm getting my names mixed up. Did she fake her COVID thing for the ratings? That would seem like the most.
Absolutely. Funny enough, she had a very unusual result that she wrote about in the paper, and there's several different explanations as to what her result. I suppose how it could have been.
And being a doctor, she'd know that.
Oh, absolutely, and we've had a laugh over it. But at the same time, she genuinely was sick. She'll tell you herself she still feels some of the side effects of it.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, we'll link to that, and we'll link obviously to your own website and to the contact details, so people can follow up and let you know exactly. I'm sure for a lot of people it'll be a relief just to know.
Well, it's a safety net, isn't it?
Yes, big time. Cool.